So here is performance number 1 of iClear. Let's say you borrow a cell phone and you say, well, thank you very much. I'll keep the iPhone. No, you know what? I'm just kidding. Here, tell you what. I'll take your iPhone and lay it right here on the table. I have this little paper envelope right here. Do you know how much iPhone is worth? It's probably worth around, let's say, that much, right? Here, you know what? You probably want your iPhone back. I am so sorry. I can't, unfortunately, give it back to you. But what I can give back to you is a $20 bill. Would that be enough? I think that suffices, right? Okay, so here is the basic routine of the envelope and the cash. It's pretty self-explanatory after I go through everything, of course. You will obviously need the acrylic block. I will teach you how to make this right here, what you see right here, which is essentially the screen, which we made already, spray painted and made the button. And then we have an envelope with the cash inside. I'll go over the pattern and the reason why there's cash to begin with. But here we go. The magnets that you've been provided with, essentially, one goes over here, one goes over here, one goes over here, and one goes over. One goes over here. One goes over here. One goes over here, and the other one goes over here. That's essentially it. Okay? So we're gonna make that right now. So for this trick, you're going to need 2 envelopes that are the same color. You probably already have it at your house. As long as they are the same length as the iPhone case, that's all that matters. As long as they can cover the iPhone. In my opinion, I actually think this is a little bit too big for my liking. I like it to be a little bit smaller so that it just covers the iPhone, like the white envelopes. However, I just moved houses and I don't really have it. These were all I found in my house. So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna cut a shape of an iPhone with the spare envelope that we have. Okay, so grab your pair of scissors and start cutting. For now, I'm just gonna cut around the area, just around the general area of the iPhone. And this should be the size, the approximate size of the iPhone. This is the finished product. I'm just going to leave it there for now. This is a regular iPhone case that has not been spray painted. I am not going to spray paint it actually for explanation purposes so you can actually see through the phone. Now you're going to take the thin magnets. You can just take one of them. Turn the iPhone around, so this is the back of the little plastic piece. Take one of the magnets, lay them right here, and you can do one of 2 things. You can either 1, tape it, or 2, super glue it. Whatever you want to do. I recommend taping because if you want to somehow switch routines or do something else with these magnets, then you're free to do so. However, if you glue them, it'll be hard to take them apart. So I'm just actually going to tape them for now. And now what you want to do is you want to glue this sheet onto the phone. I like to use rubber cement, so in case I make a mistake, I can always peel out the orange piece of paper. Wait for that to dry. Okay, so now that it has dried up, I'm going to stick this onto the piece of envelope. Obviously, again, because I did not spray paint this, you can see right through it, but I'm actually doing that on purpose for explanation purposes, so you can see the magnets and where they're positioned at all times. Alright, now I have this piece of adhesive right over here, as you can see. I'm actually going to make use of this. Now, not all envelopes have this, but this envelope does. So I'm going to make use of that. Essentially, what I'm going to do is I want to line up this piece of this phone right here onto this envelope, and then since I have 2 remaining magnets, all I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this magnet with this bottom magnet over here. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn around. I need to line this magnet with this magnet here, and line up this magnet with this magnet here. However, these magnets have to be on the inside of the envelope. And as you can see, I actually already made them. I've already made those magnets, and I already put them there. As you can see, it's actually magnetic. See? It's magnetic, it's not coming off. And it's almost invisible to the untrained eye. Try to catch it on camera. I don't know if they can see it on camera. It's a little hard to see it on camera. But there are magnets in there, and I'll teach you how to actually apply those magnets. Again, you can do 2 things. You can either, 1, if they already have an adhesive sticker, great, good for you. If they don't have one, then all you have to do is just use double stick tape, put it on the same colored envelope that you have, and then place it in the places that you need it to be placed. That sounded confusing, but this is what I mean. So, cut the first one. All you have to do is take the magnet. Now, I don't know if you can see through this piece of paper, but you can actually see the magnets right over there. That's the first magnet, okay? That's the first magnet that's closest to the edge of the envelope. We want the second magnet. We want to place that one first because that's the hardest. So we take the piece of paper, lay it on top of that bottom magnet. This is the adhesive side. This is adhesive right here. So you place the magnet and let it stick automatically, okay? So now we know that's exactly where we want it to go. So now we know that this magnet, when we stick it onto the envelope, has to turn around. Okay, because of just because of the way the magnet works. Alright? And now you want to position this strip over the envelope and kind of imagine where you want this magnet to go. Alright, where you want this strip to land. So if I want it to land directly over here, that means I want this magnet to be somewhere along this line, this plane, because that's where the magnet is. See? The magnet's right there. So I know I want to put it there, so I'm just going to stick the magnet now right over there. just like that. And now with the second magnet, same thing. Take out the strip. The other magnet, remember this is the topmost magnet right over here. Have it stick. And now this is the most important thing, which is it's not too hard, because look at the first magnet. See how the first magnet's already stuck? That's connecting with the magnet that's inside the envelope. So now all I gotta do is I take this magnet over here, go inside the envelope, and stick it on. So now both are attracted, just like that. So now, as you can see with the finished product, it just snaps automatically onto the envelope, just like that. So now you can make it vanish and then hide it by just briefly turning your hand around, and that automatically hides and blends the envelopes together. And because envelopes have lines on them, if you notice, they already have lines all over the envelope. So if you really think about it, after you make it vanish, you all you have to do is you just flash briefly, and those lines, since they're already created for you, they kind of hide themselves. So you just want to briefly flash it like that, and that works out just fine. So that is essentially how you make the gimmick. Let's get into the routening. So here's the handling of the first routine. Remember, you have the acrylic block, and then you have your already made with the same color envelope and the front piece. You can have this anywhere in your pocket. I prefer having it in my back pocket like this. And let's say you have someone borrow a phone. You borrow somebody's phone. Here's how you want to do the switch. You're going to want to have, well actually sorry, there's two ways of doing the switch. First way is you have the phone already in your right hand. You borrow the phone and you say, thank you very much, I'm going to keep it now as a joke. And you're going to turn around, you're going to put the phone in your front pocket. As you put it in your front pocket, all you do is this. Front pocket and out. Okay? So you put the phone in your front pocket, you say thank you very much for your phone. In your front pocket, pull it out and say no, I was just kidding, sorry. Okay? So I'll go over that one more time. Say, can I have your phone? Oh, thank you very much. Alright, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done. You put it away, and then you say, okay, wait, no, I was just kidding. Alright? That's one way of doing the switch. Another way of doing the switch, which I actually like a little bit better, is this. So you have it this time in your left hand. You take the phone, and you say, thank you very much. As you go over, you push it into your pocket, you let go, and then push out and square up like that. Okay, so that's the second way of doing it. So there's many different ways of switching the phone, all involving fakely taking the phone. So now that you switch the phone, all you have to do is you got to keep this top packet secure with the acrylic block. So you just got to keep it squared and make sure you don't do one of this. All right. You can lay it on the table. And now you introduce the envelope, which has the magnets on it. You show the envelope, it's empty, and then boom. Now it turns into the acrylic block. Now honestly, for this moment right here is very important, because in my personal experience, you can actually take this and just completely palm it away and then put it in your back pocket, because everybody is just looking at this piece of block. They have no idea what the heck this is. They just saw their phone completely vanish. And when I first started doing this, I thought that they would be burning this envelope, but that's actually not true. They have no idea. First of all, the person that owns this phone freaks out and he grabs it and he's like, where's my phone? Because he just saw his phone vanish. However, if they are burning your hand, you can always go like this, right, to flash it open. And now what you're going to do is you're going to open up the envelope and say, oh, sorry, I apologize, and you're going to pull out a $20 bill, which is right over here. So you have that inside. Okay? So you say, oh, I'm sorry that was yours. Here's your money back, as a little joke. You can then take this envelope, put it in your pocket, and then proceed to give them their phone back however which way you want to. That's the first variation. The second variation is putting their phone inside of the envelope. Now the great thing about this is these magnets are not strong enough to break an iPhone, or to break anything really, because they're strong enough to attract paper together, but they're not strong enough to go through metal. I mean, trust me, I've done this plenty of times with my own phone. My phone's perfectly fine. So here's how you do it. You have the envelope open, and you want to have this either double-sided tape. In my case, there's already adhesive, so it's fine. I have it open. I'm going to put it right over here. I have it completely open. I have the phone right over here, just like that, in my right hand. And then I ask to borrow a phone. I take the phone, I say thank you very much. As I go into my pocket, I'm actually just going to slip their phone into the envelope, just like this. And then I say, oh wait, no, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. I'll keep your phone right over here. Okay? That's all you do. So as of now, their phone is right here, the envelope, and this is adhesive tape right here. So you say, check this out. Pull out the envelope, okay? And as you pull it out, this is very important. As you pull it out, you're going to take your first finger and you're going to push down on the adhesive, thus completely sealing the envelope. Now the last move obviously is to tap it. Now the last move obviously is to just tap the phone, alright? And to them, that the magic's done already. You can flash this if you want to. I honestly don't think it really matters, but you can flash it. And as they're inspecting it, you can do one of two things. You can either first tear open the envelope and show the iPhone, or I do this a lot. I just steal this piece and I put it in my back pocket, because everybody is reacting to this acrylic block. Nobody cares about this envelope. So I put it in my pocket. And I say, okay, what about this envelope? You want your phone back, right? So I tear open the piece of paper, and I take out their phone. I say, here's your phone back. And yeah, that's it. That is the first routine. Let's get into the second routine. Okay, so here's another version of the deck switch, which in my opinion is actually my favorite. This is the one that I would perform. You have the gaff phone over here in this pocket, and then when you borrow the phone, you're going to say thank you very much. As you reach into this pocket to put your phone away, you're secretly taking this hand and grabbing the gaff phone, but of course the audience is over here, remember that, they can't really see anything. As you put it inside, close your hand into a fist so they can't really see much, and then this gaff phone is going to quickly go out and say, oh, I was just kidding. Let's just do something with your phone instead. Okay, so I'll go that one more time. You go here, say thank you very much, and then as you push this phone in, you're going to just go back out with your fist closed, so they don't know whether or not the phone is still in your hand, and you're going to quickly bring it out like this. Okay, so it gives the illusion that you put it in, and then you take it out. Now, in the case that you don't have a jacket pocket, so let's say you don't have a jacket on, you just have t-shirt and jeans on, that's actually simpler. You have it back here like this, you say, can I have your phone? You grab the phone, you say, thank you very much. As you go back, you put the phone back here, you steal the phone, and then you hand it off to your other hand. Just like that, and say, okay, no, I was just kidding. Sorry about that. Alright? And that is it. That's the phone switch.